I've also had, or I have actually, ongoing dreams. I've had a couple of different, let me see if I can get more light. I've had a couple of different kinds of ongoing dreams. So I've had ongoing dreams where it's like a full-blown dream and then it continues over several days, where I'll go to sleep and the dream will continue. And it's this ongoing thing, and it's actually going back into that dream and continuing to dream. Really interesting when that happens. Another continuous dream that I have is the one of my childhood home. When I'm there, it's when I become lucid. It's also when I'm not lucid, but when I'm there and I'm looking at the home or I'm in the home. A lot of times I am in the dream and I remember many previous times that I've been there in the dream. So while I'm dreaming, I'm aware of many other times that I've been there and just think, oh, last time it was like this, or let me do this time. And so it's sort of like a continuation of the previous times that I'd been there. So that's interesting. And I'm thinking about that and working to figure that out. But that's a very interesting dream because it's like, I'm here again. Here I am. You know, what am I going to do this time? What's going on this time? And even when I become lucid, a lot of times it'll be like, okay, I'm back here. This is what I'm going to do this time. And what was it that I said I would do this time? You know, and then I'll recall it. Most of the time I'll recall it's this place I go to, and then different things that I do, or things I'll experience, or people that I'll see, and so on. Yeah, so like for example, if on one of the dreams I decide, okay, let me just stay on the outside of the home, the next time I'll be there, I'll remember that and I'll stay on the outside of the home. And think, oh, well, let me go to the side of the house this time, or let me go in the back. I'll do that for a while. And other times I end up in the home. And so it's continuous. And when I'm in the dream, I'm remembering previous dreams that I've had there. So it really feels like a place. So that's definitely a location that I'm working with. There are several other dreams, several other places and activities that I find myself in. And so it'll be interesting to work with those and attach lucidity to those places and see what those places are about. Yeah, so continuous dreams are really interesting. They're different. I think there are a lot of different kinds of dreams that I'm describing. A type of dream, I guess. Continuous dreams, there's different kinds of continuous dreams. And then there are those kind of dreams will coincide with lucidity. And then there are other dreams, I guess, that I'll talk about in other videos. There are times where I wake up and I know I had a dream or I had multiple dreams, but I can't recall them. And sometimes I remember them and then I don't write them down right away. And then when I recall them again, it'll be like a fragment of the dream or dreams. So I find that I get, for the most part, as much detail as possible right when I wake up. That's usually when I get the most detail. There are other times, sometimes actually quite often when I go into meditation, I will, as I start going into meditation, dreams will come up. So I'll actually start remembering dreams from the night before or from whenever. At that point, I either choose to break the meditation and write the dreams down, or I choose to continue meditation and just remember the dream, or dreams. So sometimes when I'm falling asleep again, like the next night, I'll recall dreams, not necessarily from the night before, but sometimes, or from other nights. And it comes to dream recall, those are moments that I notice that dreams are the most vivid, where the information is the most, complete. So those are just some places where I do dream recall is right when I wake up, when I fall asleep, and during meditation. I find those three being really the bulk, of dream recall. There's a benefit that I've noticed to, well, there's a few benefits to documenting my dreams. I've gotten into the habit of documenting my dreams. So every time I have a dream, I write it down. I write it down as soon as possible. Sometimes I'm not able to write it down immediately after having the dream. Sometimes I have to wait a little bit. When I do that, I replay the dream, for a while as much as possible until I'm able to write it down. So there are a couple of things that I've noticed. There's some benefits to doing that. One is I can notice patterns. I can notice things that are coming up with frequency. Again, locations, activities that occur in the dream world that occur frequently, or locations that I end up in frequently. And that allows me to then select those places or those activities and attach lucidity to them. When I attach lucidity, what I do is I think of the dreams that I have of, say, a location. I think of different dreams that I've had of that location, and then I tell myself while I'm thinking about them, while I'm holding those images in my mind of a dream or dreams, that when I find myself there, that I'm dreaming. So I'm telling myself as I'm awake that over and over as I think of dreams that I've had of that place. Another thing that I noticed that is quite interesting with documenting dreams is I've gotten into the habit of writing them down. And so what I notice is while I'm dreaming, right as I wake up, and sometimes as I'm dreaming, I notice that a part of me is observing the dream and actually sort of like taking notes in a way. And a lot of times I'll wake up and I'll already have kind of like a list of different dreams that I had that night as I'm waking up. And it's not fully a lucid dream where I'm completely lucid in the dream. It feels like but I'm aware that I'm dreaming. So I'm starting to realize things about dreams. I think that's contributing, or it's somewhere in the realm of lucidity. Yes, so those are benefits of documenting as I get myself into a habit of documentation. And so my mind already knows that when I wake up, I'm going to be documenting. So I find that those are contributors to lucidity, in that I'm looking at my dreams and documenting them, and that helps allow me to notice patterns, and then I can then do things with those patterns. And then it also helps my mind observe dreams.